Hi, it's Geeta. This is an issue in 3 minutes, and today we're talking about personal income tax cuts. In 2017, the Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, and many of those provisions are scheduled to expire at the end of this year, 2025, and these are commonly called the Trump tax cuts. The renewal of these tax cuts is a top priority for Republicans. I needed a quick recap on what those tax cuts were to form my own opinion, so let me share with you what I learned. Just a reminder that we have a graduated tax system here in the US. So if you make $58,000 a year, you don't pay 22% income tax on the full $58,000. You pay 10% on the first portion, 12% on the next portion, 22%. So you work your way up through the brackets. So here's how those brackets changed under the Trump tax cuts. If you were making $11,925 as an individual or $23,850 as a married couple filing jointly, before the Trump tax cuts, your income tax was 10%. After tax cuts, it was still 10%. And so on down the list. In the highest bracket, if you made $626,350 as an individual, if you made over that amount, or over $751,600 as a married couple filing jointly, you were paying 39.4% tax on that income once you got over that limit. Before the tax cuts, you were paying 37%. After the tax cuts, that's 2.6% reduction in your taxes. The tax cuts had a significant impact on the net revenue of the United States, but whether you personally felt like you had more money or less depends on not only what bracket you were in, but which of these other types of deductions that were also changed you use. So some of the things that further deducted revenue from our treasury were changes to the alternative minimum tax, so fewer people had to pay that, doubling the state and gift tax exemptions to $22.8 million for married couples. That's the amount of money they can pass down to their children without their children paying tax on it. Doubling the standard deduction, that helped a lot of people, that lowered tax revenue. The SALT cap, that's state and local taxes. Tax cuts always favor the wealthy because that's who pays the most taxes. But how did all of those various changes impact the average take-home pay of people in America? Well, it varies. If you made less than $100,000 a year, you got somewhere between $70 and $900 in extra money in your pocket in a given year. If you made between $100,000 and $300,000, then somewhere around $2,000, $2,100 extra in your pocket. And if you were in the very top 1%, you got $61,090 extra dollars in your pocket. So that's where we are. If you are a write your Congress, call your congressperson kind of person, the time is now.